This program is financially supported by the fundings from the European Commission.
You are listening to the Ebu Access Cast, the first official podcast from the EBU about assistive technology for blind and partially sighted people. Welcome to the second episode of our Ebu Access Cast, the official podcast from EBU, which stands for European Blind Union. And this podcast is for people with sight loss and visual impairments. And we are talking about the assistive technologies.
Yes.
And with me again, I have from Estonia, Jakob Rosin. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
How are you?
Well, I'm good. It's windy and hot here today, and I'm waiting for my holiday, which should start on Friday, and I can't wait it because everything. It's usually, it seems to be like when you have a holiday on horizon, then everything just comes down and you need to do so many things.
So are you bringing any tech on your holiday? Except your iPhone?
Well, I try to usually to do my holiday actually without technology. Only thing I have is my phone. Actually, you know that most of the times I have my phone for everything because I use my phone as a recorder. I use my phone to read books, and now I use my phone a lot as a mobility aid because I recently subscribed a service called Aira, which is an amazing service, and I can talk about that a bit today as well. I just bring my phone, I guess.
Okay, yeah, well, that's what most of us do, in fact, in these days.
I just try to use it less than usual.
Oh yeah, that's obvious.
Yep.
And now, accessibility in the news.
So, we have a lot of
news from the last
indeed.
time. Which came around. Apparently, the first one is coming from Microsoft.
Yep.
And Microsoft released a new version of Windows 10 for the Windows Insiders from the Windows Insiders program.
Mm-hmm.
The version has a number 17692, and besides many improvements, we can see some improvements in narrator. In terms of new narrator shortcuts for navigation, they also changed the way how the narrator read things, so it's more like automatic reading from the screen, and they also improved the scanning mode. So what I understood is that they said that it's going to be a little bit more simpler to use, but we will include the link in the show notes, and there will be directly a link for the PDF file with all the narrator shortcuts which are being introduced. So those of you who are in the Windows Insiders program can already test this.
One thing I am really excited about is the ability to now get object lists. So, for example, if you are on a website, you can get a list of all links and browse through those without any other content which you get. So that's going to be brilliant.
Oh, that's great. So did you try it already?
No, I haven't tried it because I'm not on the Insider one because I don't like to keep details on my machines. But they just give you the object list. And another thing which you get, which I think is really good, is the way to search in Windows. So you can, if you have a window open, because I use it a lot with NVDA, is to search from the whole, for example, website and find out where it is and then what's the content of this.
Okay, so basically for users who are not familiar with that, it's basically connected to the find thing from the browser. Is it right?
No, it's a separate thing. It's just the screen reader searches the everything it has access to for this word what you give it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's like the Control Shift.
Yep, exactly.
Control Shift, Control Insert F in
Yep,
NVDA.
basically
Okay.
that.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So these are the news for the Windows Insiders. I also didn't try it yet because I am subscribed to the Windows Insiders program, but on the slow ring, and this version is for fast ring users.
I see.
So I suppose that this should come in a few weeks
Mm-hmm.
on my computer. So I will see what's new.
Yeah.
But for you, I know there are some users who are very impatient.
Oh yes, many of them are. Actually, many users are already impatient with Apple because Apple has released a developer beta of iOS 12, and they have the new iOS has many new features which people can use. And in fact, I really quickly gave iOS 12 a try. I'm not using it at the moment because it had some bugs, as usually betas do. But I tried it and it was great. Probably with accessibility, one of the greatest things is because Apple has gone into AR, augmented reality, a lot. Is that now when you use the image describing feature, which automatically describes you different images, this has now way more things to say. So it now tells you that what people might be doing, what do they look like. So it's become a lot easier.
Okay,
And
that's really nice.
yes, of course. And all the new features were obviously accessible. There was even the new Measure app, which is able to measure things based on your camera image, and that's also brilliant. I didn't go into the things which I consider silly. Is the not emoji, but that unemoji, which basically looks at your face, what you do with it, and translates the same mimics on something else, for example, like a pig face. So, but now they have a mime emoji, which with what you can make your own face appear. It's not a video; it's a render of your face, digital face, and it puts your facial expressions on it. So it's a weird thing. I think it's a bit silly, but some people like it, and I'm not sure how great it is with accessibility. But what is great and what works, what I really like, is a new feature where you can say tailor to your phone that, okay, I'm gonna use social media only like 4 hours per day. And if 4 hours is over, if you have used like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all that for over 4 hours, it will just send you a notification and say, hey, you promised you're not going to use more of social media. So it's going to remind you, and this is very useful. I'm probably going to use it a lot.
Oh, so it's going to send you just a reminder. It's not going to kick you out.
It's going to kick you out in terms of it just pops an overlay on the screen. It obviously allows you to continue to use it because you might be in the middle of something, but you can, for example, set a passcode. So you have to always enter the passcode if you want to use this app out of the limits. So yeah, it's strange, but it's a great operating system. Not many new things in terms of accessibility, but it's in generally like more stable and great.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, since we shifted to the Apple side, I've also read that there are new things coming out for the Apple Watch users. So the Watch iOS 5 is coming as well.
Oh yes, it is coming. You get like walkie-talkie, so you can talk to people very easily. I don't know how it works because I didn't put it on my Apple Watch because I don't have anyone to test it with, and usually the Apple Watch betas are very slow and sluggish, and you cannot downgrade. So I didn't do that, but you can walkie-talkie. You get couple of new watch faces. Siri will be smarter, so on, so on. So yeah, lots of great updates. The update itself will be officially out in the fall, in September, but there's going to be a public beta, I guess, in July or in the end of June. So you can see how that goes. And if you want to subscribe, you can do this on the Apple website.
So the next thing we have in the news section is the announcement of NVDA 2018.2, which came out just a few days ago. And besides many things, they have support for Kindle PCs and specifically supporting tables in Kindle for PCs, support for humanware, Braille Note Touch, and by 14 Braille displays. Improvements to one core voices. These are new voices in the Windows 10, especially. I use them now as my defaults.
Oh, good.
My eloquence went to retirement.
Oh, cool.
Finally. Improvements in the Microsoft Outlook, and much more.
Yeah, you get lots of great new updates.
So
NVDA is great because it keeps surprising. It keeps updating all the time. I just love that.
oh yeah,
And narrator too. Windows. I recently, well, I need to buy a new computer soon, a new laptop, and everybody likes Mac, and I actually do like Mac as well. But Apple has done so many stupid things that I do not want it anymore. First of all, like you get updates to everything just once a year, nearly. You don't get bug fixes and improvements so often. Like NVDA has a weekly update. I'm on a weekly update basically. Narrator the same thing. So updates, and obviously Apple's hardware is very outdated by now. So yeah, I really like what people do on Windows, what people do on NVDA. So that's a very good thing.
yeah, that's a really good thing. I can tell you that this will be a new feature which will come. We don't know when yet, but actually they are working right now on the huge Office improvement, which will enable basically to use the UI automation. And what eventually will happen once this feature becomes available and public, it will allow for people to interact with Office almost the same as with JAWS. So in terms of stability and speed,
That's brilliant.
it will be as fast as JAWS, and that's really something that I think we all who are NVIDIA users were waiting for a long time. So that's really cool.
Really great. That's amazing.
Yeah, and so we will have the link in the show notes as well for the NVDA. Eventually, since the announcement of the 2018.2, they released a small minor update to the 2018.2.1, which just brings a few translation updates, nothing in terms of functionality. But whatever, who wants to update to the newest version, the 2018.2.1 is the last one.
Also, an update got from JAWS, which now has a different numbering scheme. It's now JAWS 2018.
Right. So basically, now they are using the numbering scheme as Microsoft for the Office. Okay, this year we will see Office 2019, but yeah, the JAWS is now called officially 2018, and they launched few updates since the beginning of 2018, but the last one is from May of 2018, and besides many improvements which they do, one of the major features is, let's say, final support for Firefox Quantum 60.
Oh yes,
which
that's what broke many things.
Oh yeah,
like
which was pretty much broken since last fall, and therefore we were supposed to use the ESR versions or the older versions of Firefox for those of you who are JAWS users. So yeah, eventually they introduced this Firefox support, new support for Firefox in the April update, but it was still buggy and it wasn't working right. But with this May update, they finally got it fixed, so now it's working. So if you want to go to Firefox Quantum, the current version is 60. For Firefox, yeah, you can do that safely and it works. So that's good.
There's also support for Microsoft Edge.
Oh yeah, the the famous Microsoft browser. Have you tested with this new
Yes, I have
update?
used Edge. I know I don't use JAWS at all. I don't have a license or anything.
Okay, yeah.
But
My license expired there as well. So yeah, we send greetings to Freedom Scientific. If you want to give us a review of JAWS, you can send us free license. Thank you.
yep. And yeah, it's got a nice new update with lots of things.
Yeah. So NVDA is also supporting Edge. I would be curious to see it in comparison. How do they work now, side to side? But yeah, eventually I have to go on vacation as well in a few weeks, so there will be
Yes.
there will be more time for testing.
Well, in the beginning of this podcast, I mentioned that I've started using Aira, which is a great service, which I was actually quite skeptical about. It's basically a service which you sign up to, and you get an app, and you get smart glasses, and you can do a video call to an Aira agent, who's a train agent, and they will be able to be your visual interpreter, so they can help you with mobility by telling you what's ahead of you, describing what's ahead of you, if you reading things. Lots of other things. They can see on the map where are you at the moment. They can see. They can order Uber for you. So a lot of things. And I was a bit skeptical, but now I have tried it, and I think it's the best thing in the world. I really like the service. So what I have done with it is I have basically. I once had to visit a friend whose house I hadn't been at, so I didn't know how to get there. And then I used Aira, and I got there in like 30 minutes. So yeah, the agent was great, guided me well through the streets, helped me cross a road, etc., and it's brilliant. One unfortunate thing with Aira is right now their schedule is via US time, so they are available from 7 a.m. Eastern until 1 a.m. Eastern, which in
The European
my
context,
my
yeah.
local time it's available from 2 p.m. in the evening to 8 a.m. in the morning, so most of the night.
Ooh.
But now they are seeking people to be agents available at midnight. I mean, not midnight, but on the night shift as well, because they are having a lot of users from UK. They are having a lot of users from Australia, so they need to do that.
So basically, what you're saying now is that anyone from the European country can subscribe to their service because
You
there's
cannot. No, you cannot subscribe yet because it's not officially available with EU countries. So you have. I think I don't have a list at the moment with me, but I think you can get US, you can get Canada, Australia, and UK. But they announced their global expansion, so I am quite sure that they are going to expand pretty soon to other European countries as well, because this is it's expensive service because its minimum plan is like 70 something euros per month, and you get 100 minutes for your calls. But it's a great service to use, and I really like it.
oh, that's pretty much pricey. So it's
it
more
is.
than more than €1 per minute actually.
It is. No, it's not. It's less because you get 100 minutes for 70 euros.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, okay, 70 cents per minute.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So basically, what you tried Aira in some kind of trial mode.
No, I have a full account because I have a good friend and we agreed on me using his address in UK. So I have a like UK based account, although I use it in Estonia. And the agents are great. I always explain to them that I'm in a non-English country. So if you don't want to try, don't read the strange Estonian names because they are really hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
I might, I try to make it good for them as well. But it has worked out very well. I have got to navigate a big shopping mall. Yesterday, I went to a cafeteria and got coffee, and then IRA agent, I think Melissa was her name, she helped me find a free table, and later another agent helped me find my Uber, which was on the other side of a big shopping center, so I had to walk through that, and that all was, it works, and it's great.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. And you used your phone probably because I know that they also have some set of glasses. Which
Yeah,
you
they
have
do.
to-
I right now use my phone, the set of glasses, which are called Horizon glasses, which IRA has developed themselves. They recently became available. You can sign up to receive them if you are already an IRA user. So you can sign up until June 28th. Because they're still manufacturing them, and they, I think, just try to not overload the orders. So they are letting you to sign up. I am hoping that I will get mine soon enough, so I can do a little review on that as well.
So you have to purchase those glasses separately, I suppose.
No, they are included in your plan actually. So they're included in the price you already pay.
Okay. That's nice to know.
Yep.
Well, yeah, this is definitely one way to go in case you need something. I suppose that people could get some kind of help also from Be My Eyes in terms of that, but it's better to have like a trained person who could help you out with a specialized.
Exactly, and difference also is like with Be My Eyes, I usually have I have to wait for like a minute until somebody picks up or more. But with IRA, it's usually 5 seconds or less. So
Okay.
it's really quick if needed. Be My Eyes is also great. I encourage people to use it because it's a very good service. But I really like IRA as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice to know. Would you do you want to show the IRA app later to do some demo of that so we can include it in the podcast or?
I actually think that we have the idea at the moment, but I would like to do the demo when we have the glasses because the glasses is the new and great thing, and maybe by that time we have some news and information about the expansion in Europe as well. So let's see about that. We have another demo today about Google Home though, so
Yeah.
we can see how that works, what's possible, and what are some use cases of mine. So you can hear it in the end of this episode after we have gone through the news.
That's great because Google Home is one of the devices that started to get like huge expansion in the Europe because it was first available for US and then it came for UK, and through the last year they started to appear in Germany and in France. So, for example, in my case, Luxembourg is also uh, supported.
Yes.
And in a few days, I should get one for myself, probably.
Oh, great.
And I'm really curious to see your demo. What do you say? How do you like it, and how it works? Because actually, I had some doubts about availability for certain services like playing radio stations and stuff like that. Does it work well?
It does work well. It plays Spotify, it plays radio stations. Only thing I can't have it working here for some reason is Uber. I can't get Uber to me, but yeah, it's not a big deal.
Okay. So basically, you are using, for example, for your radio services, you're using the tuning thing, or
Yeah, tune in, and I use a lot of music. I use it for alarms, asking a lot of questions for it. Yeah, for things like that.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. We will see in the demo how it sounds like and what you can do. So, okay, there is one more thing to announce, and this is the official release of the WCAG 2.1.
Oh, cool! Finally.
Oh yeah, it's finally
So
out.
what's new? What's new in there?
Well, basically, we will include the links in the show notes, but the thing is that the three new improvements with if you compare it to the WCAG 2.0
Mm-hmm.
is improvements for users with cognitive learning or learning disabilities,
Mm-hmm.
users with low vision, and users with disabilities who are using mobile devices.
I
So,
see. Good. Finally, with mobile devices as well.
oh yeah, I know that mobile was on the list for a long time to be included in the WCAG, and now it's here, so that's good. So now we can bug the developers. Hey, implement this and this.
Yeah, exactly.
Label these buttons, and yeah, put the correct labels on the edit boxes
Exactly.
and stuff like that. Yeah. So basically, what's for listeners who don't know, in short, the WCAGs is our international set of guidelines available from W3C, which basically bring you the standards for the accessibility of the internet websites, mobile applications, etc. And the European directive, which is going to become um, official from the September 23rd, 2018, is basically based on the WCAG guidelines, which is great. So since we have now a new version 2.1, this is now official, and basically now everyone who is in the accessibility assessments and assessments of the websites, software, the banking apps, etc., etc. Please update so that we are all now using the WCAG 2.1.
Uh-huh. Well, that's brilliant that we get updates still on this, and we get a modernized guidelines because the previous ones were a bit old.
Oh yeah, from 2009 or 8.
Yeah. And things have been changed since that.
Oh yeah, pretty much. In 2009, the first iPhone came for
There
the
weren't many. Yeah, there weren't many.
first iPhone, talking iPhone. I mean, not
Yeah,
the normal
yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah. So since then, a lot of things changed. Even Android became accessible. Who would say? Haha.
Exactly.
All right. So for now, that's about it for this episode.
News. Yeah, we're gonna listen to the demo.
We're gonna listen to the demo what Jakob showed for the Google Home,
Yep.
and of course for any suggestions, improvements, and comments, you're free to contact us on our email address, which we will include also in the show notes. And also we have our Twitter accounts. So yeah, you can check us anywhere you want, and also you can you'll be able to get the next newsletter from the European Blind Union. And in the next newsletter, which will come at the end of June, there will be more explanation about how to use our website, because we received few emails on our account saying that some users had the issue with the accessibility of our website. So yeah, we will have the
Information
article.
will be provided about that.
Yeah, we will have the article in more details explaining how you can navigate and how you can subscribe to the podcast, and what you have to do in order to get to the episode which you want.
Exactly.
All right.
Well,
so
exciting.
That's about it.
Yep.
Um,
Let's listen to the demo.
warm regards to our guys from Tubirkir and Bart, who were not with us this time as well.
Again.
Again.
Yep.
guys, that's not nice. We hope to see you next time. And
Indeed.
yeah, so we will have more concrete discussions about certain topics.
Exactly.
Why not? The more faces we have, the smarter we are.
Exactly. Well, then let's listen to the demo, and I think thanks for listening to this episode.
Right.
This time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Demo time. Time for a demonstration.
Hello, Ebu Access Cast listeners. This is Jakob, and I'm gonna show you the Google Home, which is the great speaker, which is the great smart speaker by Google, which can do a lot of things. I'm gonna show you a few things which I do with it, and maybe you will find some use cases here as well. If you have one of those devices at home, not to worry. I edit out my trigger phrases, so you don't have to worry about accidentally me triggering your devices and doing naughty things with those. You don't want that to happen, right? So, without further ado, Google Home is a cylindrical speaker, but the top has been cut off in an sort of edge way. So the top isn't flat. It's how do I say that? It's like aligned. Okay, it's taller on one end and shorter on the other end. Not too much, but it's sort of tilted towards you. It looks a bit like a can, to be honest. This is a regular Google Home. You can also buy Google Home Mini, which looks like a hamburger, and a Google Home Max, which I don't know what it looks like really, because I haven't seen one. But Google Home Mini obviously is a smaller one, and Google Home Max is a bigger one. Hope you can get a glimpse of what it sounds like here as well. I try to do my best, but it always is a weird thing to listen to other speakers via recording speakers. You don't know what the microphone sounds like and so on. You trigger the thingy, and this is the only time I'm gonna say the phrase Google to trigger it, to make it listening. You would say something like, "Hey Google, what is the time?"
It's 4:56.
Now, you heard it make ding noises at you. It doesn't do it by default. So to do that, you go to your Google Home app, go to your Google Home settings, and turn on accessibility mode. So from there you can do this. What I use it for, first of all, alarms. You can say like, "Wake me up at 5 p.m.
Okay, your alarm's set for 5 p.m.
And when it is 5 p.m., the alarm will go off and sound you a nice little music. There we go. To turn it off, you can always say stop. And it stopped. So alarms is a great thing. You can set multiple alarms, but you can also set timers. Set timer for 10 seconds.
All right, 10 seconds, starting now.
And in 10 seconds, it's going to go beep beep at me because timer will run out. There we go. You can also ask in the middle of the timer, what is the status of timer? So for example, set timer for 35 seconds.
Sure, 45 seconds, starting now.
And now if I ask it, what is the status of timer? What is the status of timer?
Your 45-second timer is going to go off at 5:02 p.m.
Time remaining.
You've got 10 seconds to go.
And 10 seconds to go, it's gonna be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, there we go. This is the timer, and this is the basic stuff which you can do with it. You obviously can control the volume. You can ask music from Spotify. So if I say, play music by Jakob Rosin on Spotify.
All right, Let It Go by Adina Menzel.
Oh, that's not really what I asked for. It should, well, let's try it once more. Play music by Jacob Rosin on Spotify.
Sure, here's Jack Johnson on Spotify.
Not either that. And it will play it, but I won't play it because of copyright reasons. But it works. You can ask for genres, you can ask for playlists, for artists. It doesn't recognize some of the names, obviously, but yeah. Also, what you can do is ask for radio stations. For example, play BBC Radio 1.
Sure, here's BBC Radio 1 on the BBC.
and it does pull it up, the stream up, and start playing. So there we go. This is BBC Radio 1 playing here right now. Now, Google can do a lot of things. As we said, facts, who was the first person to stand on the moon?
On the website nasa.gov, they say, on July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first human to step on the moon. He and Aldrin walked around for 3 hours.
How tall was he?
Who are you asking about?
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong was 1.80 meters tall.
So it sometimes recognizes the follow-up question, sometimes it doesn't, and then it asks you. Obviously, it can get weather, but with that, I want to show you a new feature which appeared last week. Depends on when you listen to this, obviously, but for me, it was last week. You can ask multiple questions. For example, what time is it, and what is the weather?
It's 5:04. Currently in Tallinn, it's 17 degrees and partly cloudy. Today, it'll be cloudy with a forecast high of 18 and a low of 13.
So Google Home has also a bunch of fun features, and you can play games with it and all sorts of things. If you're really bored, well, you just tell it, I am bored.
I've been waiting for this moment. You can play Mad Libs, I can tell you a joke, or you can spin the wheel. Just let me know.
Okay, spin the wheel.
Alrighty. Time for some wisdom. Here's a proverb. You can't always get what you want.
Thank you very much. Spin the wheel.
Okie doke. You got a quote, and here it is. Ruth Bader Ginsburg once said, "Women will only have true equality when men share with them the responsibility of bringing up the next generation."
So it brings up quotes, it brings up jokes and things like that, but you also can ask for noises. For example, what does a turtle sound like?
Here's a turtle sound.
So there's a turtle sound. Or you can ask, like, what does a parrot sound like?
Here's what a parrot sounds like.
Tickle, 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 tickle. Can I have some of your apple?
There we go. Obviously, it can do many other things like sing your song, and you can play games with it. Mad Libs is one of my favorite ones, where you just fill in the blanks, or you can play quizzes, and there are many things you can do this with Google Home. You can obviously control your smart home if you have smart lights, if you have smart plugs. I haven't got any of them, unfortunately, so I cannot demonstrate it to you. If you have got other Google devices, though, like Google Chromecast or Google Chromecast Audio, you can cast audio to this, those devices. So if I say, play some music in the bathroom.
Alright, music from Spotify. Playing on bathroom. Sorry, I can't find bathroom.
Yeah, the bathroom is disconnected at the moment, but otherwise it would have started to play over there. Google can also change its voice. If you don't like the particular voice, you've got 8 choices in the app. You can also UK accent and US accent. And it can do some of that with just you asking as well, change your voice.
Here is an example of my other voice. Would you like me to use this one?
Okay.
Great, I'll keep using this voice.
And if we try that again, change your voice.
Here is an example of my other voice. Would you like me to use this one?
No thanks.
No problem. I'm back
So
to my
there you
other
go.
voice.
You got 8 choices in your app. You can select it from there and have a go. This sums kind of up that little demo I got you. You can look up facts. You can ask for actually recipes, which is great. To make food, it waits until you're ready and you say next, and it does a lot of other things. It also can get you an Uber. Not sure if it works over here. Let's try that, but it works in some bigger countries. Get me an Uber.
Uber isn't supported in this region.
Yep, there we go. But I can ask, like, what is the commute time to work?
The best way to get to work by public transport is to catch 40 departing at 5:13 p.m. from Randla, a 3-minute walk from your current location. It'll take about 37 minutes to get there. You can see the full route on your phone.
So it knows where I'm going. I mean, it knows my work address, and it now sent a Google Maps notification. So if I check my watch, I should have a notification from Google Maps. So it sent a notification to my phone on my Google Maps app, and if I would tap that, it would have already the route. And since I have told Google that I prefer the public transport, it already got it from the route is with public transport, so it knows what to do. So this is extremely helpful. You can obviously ask for businesses, shops, and things like that nearby, and it can do the same thing, sending you a notification to your phone. So it's all happy and great. So that's the little demo from Google Home and me. Thanks for listening, and let Google Home send you away. Hey Google, sing me a song.
Songs, songs, songs. I love singing songs. The end.
Thank you for listening. This has been Ebu Access Cast.